All righty, guys. Happy Tuesday to everybody. 2 good days of practice. We're looking forward to getting back in the Coliseum for this 6-game stretch run right here, and really important time for us in conference. 2 teams that are 2-1 in conference that both control their own destiny, and should be a great game. Obviously, we're playing a really good opponent that's been on a hot streak up until the Washington game, and playing a really, really talented quarterback in Khalil Tate, who we've known for a long time here. Should be a very entertaining game, and we're very excited to be back in the friendly confines of the Coliseum. So with that, I'll take any questions you got.
Injury updates?
Injury updates. Who would you like to know about?
OG, it's EA.
Okay, all right. Let's go. Elijah was checked out back-wise. Right now, he's got a lower back injury. He has a bulging disc. It tightened up on him. Did not practice today. We'll have to go through the week to see where he's at. ITS has a high ankle sprain. He's in the boot today. We're going to get some light running tomorrow, see where it's at. EA is probably further behind ITS. I do not. It'll be doubtful. We'll see how it goes in the week. Who's the other one?
Greg Johnson.
Greg Johnson will not play in this game. He's not going to be medically cleared. He sublexed his shoulder and needs time for rehab.
Who plays behind EA if he's not going to rehab?
Right now, it's Kanai Moaga. We'll have that kind of 3-man rotation with John Houston, Kanai, and Raylan Goforth can be able to. Raylan can move up. Obviously, John has played the will position before. We're working Giuliano Falanico, who's used it. We'll see where Elijah Winston is. He practiced today too, so he can get maybe get in the fold too. I don't see Jordan Iosefa coming back for this game.
Especially when you consider just those injuries. Where are you at in terms of the run defense? How do you feel generally about the guys have shown the last couple weeks?
Obviously the numbers weren't great last week. We understand that. A lot of it has to do with explosive runs and getting the quarterback down. Our guys, our coaches have worked a lot in their tackling circuits these last 2 days. We had a very good 9-on-7 period today, and I can see the defense has got a chip on the shoulder, ready to prove something. They're going against one of the top 10 offenses in the country that is extremely dangerous, both in between the tackles with the run game, but even more importantly, even out on the perimeter. Their RPO game, I think, is elite, and Khalil does a tremendous job with it. When you have the option to be able to run the running back, run the quarterback, and throw the RPO off of it, that's a different animal. Usually we see run or RPO or run to quarterback run. When you have all 3 options, it's hard to defend, and you have to have, 1, you're going to be in a one-on-one situation to tackle, and 2, you cannot miss an assignment or the ball's breaking, and they have some elite athletes that can take it the distance.
Given that Keaton's coming off a concussion, do you need to emphasize him to slide more when he runs?
I would imagine you're talking about the red zone run. Actually got hit in the chest, actually had the wind out of him. He's one that I think has been good as far as getting down, getting what's there. But in that moment, in that competitive game, and we've got to go score, I credit him. He's a warrior, and he made a full speed decision and went with it, and got back up. I saw him went out of him a little bit. Didn't quite know if it was first down or second and short. Went ahead and called a timeout there just so he could catch his breath, and if it was second and short, which it became, the clock wasn't running. So a little bit of twofold.
Are you surprised that you're only throwing it 34, 35 times or a game? Did it seem like it was going to be more than that? Now it's kind of dialed back?
You know what, Dan? It's really, remember what I said in the beginning of the year. I was really intrigued with Graham's offense because it's a take what you get, what it gives you offense. And when you're in this, I always remember him saying his hardest games as a quarterback is when you're sitting there and it's drop 8 and you're just not calling runs. And, to be balanced like we were the other night, I think that was the only way to put up 424 yards against a team that last time I think the most points they've had against them is 30, and that was the national championship Clemson team. So to have that effectiveness offensively, I think we had to run the ball that many times to get it done. And credit Graham. I thought he was patient, he was deliberate, and made some full-speed decisions and trusted the offensive line and trusted the running backs. I thought they came through in that area.
How about the pace, though? We talked about 80, 90 plays in the preseason. It really hasn't been that Does that surprise you that it's been that way?
Even Graham said, and we said in our team meeting, he felt the tempo and the rhythm pick up in the second half of last week's game, and it got us to 70-plus plays. So that's one of the things we're emphasizing this week is keep our tempo, keep our rhythm. I think the quarterback plays really well with it. I think our kids feed off of it, and that's one of the things I thought Graham made the adjustment. A little bit. Sometimes when you come out in that first half, you go, "Wow, they've got 2 calls they've never shown in their life out there." You have to make adjustments. You try to see what they're in. Then you settle in and you make your adjustments. The kids feel comfortable with it. You feel comfortable with it as a play caller, and you get rolling. And I credit Graham and I credit the offense. I thought the adjustments were made and the tempo was picked up in the second half.
When you got a chance to look back at it, what do you feel like could have been done in that first half earlier?
Adam, I really think when I go back on it, it's going to be the first and second down efficiency offensively. When you go back and you look at the down and distances on third down, it was 3rd and 11, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 15, and that's home for Notre Dame. With those 2 elite pass rushers, that's where they want to be. Then you look at the second half, it was all 3rd and 1 to 5, 1 to 6. It was manageable distances that in this passing game are easy to pick up, in my opinion. The one thing that I've really enjoyed through the first 6 games is our short yardage offense, to be honest with you. Short yardage goal line. You saw a bunch of 3rd and shorts versus stout defense get done, as well as inside the 5-yard line. So that was good to see. A little bit where we got to pick it up, first down efficiency, so we don't create those 3rd and longs. I think that if we continue what we're doing on that 3rd and medium, 3rd and short, we'll keep drives alive.
Does that mean running a little bit more often?
Say it again.
Does that mean running a little bit more often on first down?
We did that a little bit, as you saw in the second half.
Right.
I thought the runs picked up a little bit, and it got to balance. I think we were right at 35-35 at the end of the day. It was the total play call number, 35 runs, 35 passes. So, I've always credited Graham. I think he does a great job of just, hey, this is what they're doing, so let's go hand it to some good backs. I think he did a great job, too, of you saw the RPO game and the screen game come alive also. Even the shovel passes up underneath, I thought were very good. So it's something that you got to be able to marry, and you got to be able to create that balance when they're doing that. Go ahead.
I was just thinking, how many plays did you submit for review? And have you had any feedback yet?
I'm not going to give that. I'll keep that number personal, but
More
it
than 5?
It was a few. It was a few. Thank you.
Thank you.